things that take up space in my brain, part 25. Okay, so let's talk about my first 3 dates. Slash first 3 guys that I dated, because I only ever went on 1 date with each of them. Yeah. So, first one. But all of these, I was an adult, essentially. I was like 18 and above, something like that. I don't actually remember quite how old I was, nor do I care. But I do know that, my parents did not think it was a good idea that I go out on a date with this first guy. And I decided that it was time for me to move out and be my own person. So that's the only reason that I remember that I was above 18, or at least 18. Kids, listen to your parents. I should have never even went on a date with any of these guys, let alone get even slightly involved with any of these guys. So, first date. Very awkward. I am super nervous. Never been on a date before. We wind up going on a breakfast date. Little Stephanie did not know that that has some innuendos around it, and that I would be teased relentlessly for going on a breakfast date with this guy. So that was strike number 1 on this wonderful date with this person. Number 2 was we didn't really talk. Now, I don't remember much of this date, nor do I care to. I just remember that it was very awkward. I don't know if he tried talking to me a lot and I was just super nervous, but I feel like it was just an awkward thing all around. Plus, apparently they frequented the establishment that we went to quite often, so they wound up talking with like our waitress and the cook and like everyone, and I was just kind of like, yeah, this is like even more awkward. But then comes the best part. 2 of our mutual friends showed up and were like, hey, how's the date going? Which, come to look at it later, one of them, pretty sure I don't know if she had a thing for the guy, but the guy had a thing for her. So I think that there was maybe like a little bit of like kind of that going on too. But anyways, yeah, that made it like super awkward, and I was mortified when I left that place. Second date, different guy. Again, very awkward, not much talking. Didn't have much in common, didn't know much about each other. It was just awkward. And Stephanie, as a young woman, I'm awkward now, okay? But back, like, at least now I own my awkward. Back then, I was, like, awkward, but trying to hide it. And also had zero idea what a real date should look like, aside from what television told me. And, like, yeah. So immature. So, anyways, yeah, that date went not great. And then my third, I don't know that it was technically a date. I dated this guy without ever going on a date with him. Such a stupid scenario. Oh, young and dumb Stephanie. I just wanted a boyfriend. This guy had a really, really, really thick Southern accent, and normally I don't have a problem understanding Southern accents. Could not understand 50% of what this man said. Don't know why I ever decided to date him, aside from the fact that I was just desperate and wanted a boyfriend, because at that point I was either 20 or almost 21, or I don't even know, and I'd never had a boyfriend, and I'd only been on 2 dates, and so, yeah, it was, or maybe I'd only been on 1 date. I don't remember what order, which order all of these happened. But yeah, I guess technically we went on a date, but I wasn't told that it was a date. It was just a mess. Yeah, and then I compare those 3 dates to my first time hanging out with my husband outside of work. And we went, and it was just like him and me, and we went and we got dinner. And we were just asking each other questions and just hitting it off. And I'm just like, yeah, those 3 guys were, Stephanie's now a adult, and I've never had a boyfriend, and all of my friends have had at least like 4 or 5 boyfriends. Maybe not that many, you know, but and I've never even had a guy interested in me, and this guy is showing interest in me, so I need to latch onto him, and just uber desperation, desperately wanted to be loved by a boy, led to 3 really stupid decisions to go on dates / date these people. And I usually just think about that and cringe, because I go, why were you so desperate? Why did you get involved with any of those men? Because they were just trouble. And yeah, that's usually the stuff that takes up my brain there. Plus also just the comparison between my husband and those, my first time really just hanging out with my husband versus those 3 dates, and how awkward, like painfully awkward they were, versus with him, it was just like BFFs, and we really wanted to get to know each other. And so there you go, girls. That's how you know, I guess, if he's the one. But anyways, remember, your stories are never too silly or ridiculous to tell, at least me, and love you. Bye!